let's go back to Samuel one more time. Let's go back to Samuel for a moment as we glean one more fundamental lesson from his Ebenezer experience. Now, remember, Samuel's immediate response to God's resounding victory was to plainly mark it. And Jonathan, let's quote that verse one more time, 1 Samuel 7:12.
Then Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpah and Shen and named it Ebenezer, saying, "Thus far the Lord has helped us."
It's interesting that he says thus far, or as the King James Version puts it, hitherto hath the Lord helped us. Where is the confidence of the Lord helping in the future? Because this timeline is teaching us from the past to right now.
Yeah, and that's significant. That's amazingly significant. Up to this point, the Lord has helped us. Why? Well, Israel's track record was not good. Remember the previous 20 years, just a reminder. They were humble, contrite, and grateful. Now, that's what they were. But the question for Samuel was, would they stay that way?
Israel's history at best was checkered. The context here is Stephen speaking before he is killed by the Jews. Acts 7:51 through 53. You men who are stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears are always resisting the Holy Spirit. You are doing just as your fathers did. Which one of the prophets did your fathers not persecute? They killed those who had previously announced the coming of the righteous one, whose betrayers and murderers you have now become. You who received the law as ordained by angels and yet did not keep it.
So you have that checkered history that Stephen is speaking of, and of course he ends up being stoned for telling them the truth of their history. But what's the lesson from Samuel and the Ebenezer experience? Ebenezer's can be an effective tool of remembrance to help avoid the up and down patterns of human imperfection. That's one of the reasons they're there. So we want to learn from Israel what to do and also what not to do. So let's look.